Happy Wednesday to you.
Good morning. Hi, Julie.
I had no idea what time it was.
Time or day? Or both?
Well, yeah.
Time of day.
I guess day, because I knew it was 10 or close to it, because we're here.
And good morning, Debbie. How is California treating you?
I love California.
Julie, is it still stinking hot? You guys have more heat than we do.
When I was in California many years ago, I was at a payphone calling my pregnant wife at the time. And she was pregnant, I believe it was Shay at the time. Or was it Spencer? I think it was Spencer, maybe. Because, yeah, it had to be Spencer.
Yeah.
We were moving to Sylvan. We were moving to Sylvan Lake. So she was pregnant with Spencer. And I'm at Laguna Beach. And I'm by myself because the group I was babysitting sent them off to do things. And this girl comes up as I'm on the phone with Christie and says, "Can I have a quarter?" Christie's like, "Why doesn't that girl have her own money?" I'm like, "Honey, she's got nowhere to put it." And
Morning,
she didn't laugh like I did. Good morning, Jim. Hello to you. We are back to the normal 80s now. It still feels like the 2020s to me.
From this wilted girl in Calgary. All right, now we're getting some more descriptions. Still pretty hot, hey? Yeah.
We have our AC on. Thank you, Christy, for that, because I forgot to turn it on. But I am going to turn it down one notch because I'm wearing plastic. And when you wear plastic, it gets hot, especially in this heat.
She said it's the usual weather, loving no humidity, had an earthquake, been a few years since I felt one.
Wow. We had an earthquake here. We were out on the water when it happened.
I wasn't. I was in bed.
Yeah, Christy didn't.
Well, on my bed.
Her family, her aunts and her mom were at a condo, and it was higher up, so they felt it. They called her and said, "Come pick us up now." Yeah. My kitchen level was 29.5 when I opened the windows last night. Wow. How do you get a 0.5? Our AC units are just solid temperatures.
I wish we could do a 0.5.
Yeah, it would be. If we could do 25.5, I think it would be perfect in our bedroom. So anybody who knows how to work air conditioning units, tell us how to get to that 25.5 because we need to know. Now, you went to a new bank this morning. How'd that experience go?
I went to Banorte because our friends Jolene and Larry. So I love this story. Okay, so we were at Jolene's birthday party last night, and they're talking about this barbecue that they cannot find. They've searched everywhere. And so a friend of theirs was telling them different places to check. And John's like, "Well, we do know the manager of the soon-to-be opened new Weber store in Vallarta. So let me check with him." So John messages him and his wife to try to make sure we could get a hold of him. He's like, "We just got a bunch of inventory and let me check if I have that one." Like that yesterday. He just got a bunch of, he's a very techie thermostat.
I asked for the model.
So John asked for the model. He's like, "I have two."
Which is the Q3200, which if you're a Weber person, apparently it's a good model.
We should have bought the other one.
Well, we have.
But it's not a gas one.
No, but it is a good one.
So yeah.
We were the very first sale at the Weber store.
So he gave us a bank account number to deposit the money in.
Oh, yeah,
so we went this morning. So I picked them up, stopped to get some pesos, went to the Banorte bank, and it's very cool. So you scan a QR code, and it's via WhatsApp. You tell them what you want to do, like it's a number 1 to 5 kind of thing. I pushed number 1, entered, then I did something else and entered, and the girl was helping me do it because of course it was all in Spanish and she was just trying to hurry up and get people through the door because there was a bit of a lineup. And then I get this number that tells me what my number is. So they call the number, they buzz me on my phone, go to the window, really quick transaction because it was just a deposit. Then on the way out, I get a little thank you. And I'm like, you know what? That made banking good today. And that was at Banorte at Lago Real.
So go to Banorte at Lago Real.
I don't know how they are with other banking, but I had to deposit money into a Banorte, so that's what we did.
It was very simple.
It was very simple. Now, that's only if you have to deposit into Banorte.
So if you have to deposit in a Banorte, go.
Yeah.
Play.
And Deborah Estridge is saying that she is glad she's missed the heat wave of the Pacific Northwest. No kidding. It's been hot. And speaking of that, Deborah, I might be able to get that ladder to you this afternoon. I don't think we have anything going this afternoon.
I have a 1 o'clock. Well, Zach and I both do. We're going back to the holistic doctor. Not totally convinced it's helping.
But it's worth a try, I think.
Today it is weird because it feels like my head is just semi-attached to my body. It feels like if I just turn my head wrong, my head will fall off.
I'm pretty sure that's not a good feeling.
I think I need to go to the chiropractor as well. Because, I'm just worried, like, what if I just turn my head and it just, like, falls right off?
I don't think that's going to happen.
It's possible.
Well, maybe, Deborah, we can chat, but maybe if you're available. Oh, I don't know if I'll be done by 1, though. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll chat. Because I'm supervising an inspection today on a house that we've sold.
Supervisor Christie.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even looked at my emails yet today.
Last I checked, there was really nothing.
Good.
Some more leads. I mean, I tell you, our new website is kicking butt, you guys. We're getting lots of leads.
Yes, skin should keep it from hitting the floor. Thanks, Leslie. Appreciate it.
That's her techie doctor opinion.
That's fantastic. What can we tell these fine folks?
I don't know.
Honey? Well, yesterday we went to a beautiful house at Sierra Del Mar, $1.2 million.
Oh.
It looked like it was worth way more than 1.2 because the house really was stunning.
It was very beautiful.
The view, incredible, overlooks the ocean. It's not on the ocean, but it's high up the hill.
Happy to help. And also very nice to be flattered by another agent. It was very nice.
Yeah, he was trying to pick her up, which I thought was very strange because I heard he doesn't like girls.
He likes me. I'm a girl.
Does. You are a girl. I can tell.
How?
I don't know.
Later this afternoon would work. Alrighty, we'll chat, Deborah.
Well, I was hoping we would go to the beach today, but who knows? It all depends.
It looks like it might. It's supposed to be really quite rainy. Tomorrow's Canada Day.
What?
Oh, I know, because it's the
July 1st. Happy
September,
Canada
April,
Day.
November.
Sucks to be Canadian right now.
But I think we might go celebrate it anyways. I think we might go to BNIR for the day tomorrow.
Why would we celebrate Canada Day?
We are Canadian, and
we love the people.
As a
hate the
Canadian,
politics.
we have a lot of privileges.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, Trudeau is working to
remove those.
them.
Absolutely.
But at this point in time, as a Canadian, especially in traveling, we have a lot of privileges. Now, as a Canadian living in Canada, you can't even go see your grandkids. But whatever.
When I was a child, now in Arizona...
And I do know they're opening up a little bit, but...
In Arizona now, they're working on a law, or they've passed it, I don't remember, but they have to have people who've escaped communism speak to the children. Because kids today are idiots. They don't have any idea what it is like to live under tyranny. When we were children growing up, we lived in Mill Woods in Edmonton, which is a multicultural place. I knew tons of people from Poland, Czechoslovakia, like ex-Russian countries. And they told me their stories of lying, deceit to leave the country. It was incredible, risking their lives. And people are like, that just sounds like a good idea to live under that. I just think it would be swell to be re-educated and always be worried about, getting killed because of the things that I was thinking and the things I was saying.
I feel he's being sarcastic.
Assume I'm being sarcastic today. Yeah, so it's very strange to me that we live in this world where people are like, I just think it's a great idea. It's a great idea. So yeah, and here is the problem, and this is what people forget. Human beings, kind of maniacal. If we get a little bit of power, we want a lot more power. So all of these people are going to be like, well, if I was running the world, it would be different. No, it's always going to be the same. It will always end in death and destruction. So please, for God's sakes, no communists. And socialism is just baby communism. It just grows. See, how did I say it before? Socialism is, I can't remember. And it was a good thing. But yeah, communism is just with a gun to your head. That's it. So there you go.
Sorry, I'm just trying to reset because nobody is commenting on your.
Most of the people I know see nothing wrong happening and will keep voting the same way. You know, it's so funny. People are stupid. So what happens is you've got people saying California, and they loved California because in the 50s, California was amazing, 60s. And then it just kind of did this slow side to now where they crap in the streets and you've got homeless people everywhere.
Good morning,
so they're
Angela.
like, I'm leaving California.
Good morning, Rose.
They go to Texas, they go to Arizona, places like that. And then they go to those other places and they continue to vote the same damn way, not realizing their voting created this world that they live in.
Or maybe that's their plan.
Maybe they want to destroy the whole effing world. I don't know. Maybe. So yeah, I have salt water today. There's salt in here. I've got half a teaspoon of salt.
Why did you decide to do that?
Because if we're going to go carnivore, we need salt in our diet. And we need to be drinking a lot more salt.
Buenos dias. Yeah.
That's it for politics today. Right. Just remember, communism bad.
Mm-hmm. See, I knew it.
Capitalism good.
He just can't stop himself. He just cannot.
No, not when it comes to this. Because if we get to this point, there's going to be a lot of people killed because that's what always happens when the commies get in. And I'll be one of them if I was up there. Salt is important. I drink pickle juice in hot weather. That's a great idea. Mm-hmm. It's funny because people always look low salt, low salt.
And I love pickle bugs.
Pickle bugs.
Pickle juice. I just saw the.
But when the heat goes up and you have these high temperature days, people on low salt diets die. So it's a good idea to have a little bit of salt, especially with the heat.
So do you especially like my eye rolling, Rose? Because I'm doing a lot of it with John lately. She likes my facial expressions, she said.
Thanks, Jim. You are so different than most of your countrymen. I know. I laugh watching Christie when you go on her rant. I see that look from Tessa often. I agree with you. Thanks, Jim.
I know. I don't know why we didn't get together while you guys were here because Tessa and I would have a lot to discuss about our spouses. Our crazy ranting and raving spouses.
Well, here's the difference between a liberal and a conservative. When something goes wrong to a conservative, conservatives say, bad crap happens. I can work with that and work through it. Something bad happens to a liberal, they're like, it's got to be somebody's fault. It's got to be racism, misogyny, something. It has to be something. Somebody has to be blamed for the problems that I have. That's the difference, which is why conservatives are happier.
And then Angela Dawn says, people are going to God now. They will know who he is. We are in a spiritual war, good versus evil. God is in control. Hang tight. You two are delightful.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I agree with that.
That we're delightful?
Yeah, that too. Some days we are. There's like 1 or 2 days out of a month where we're delightful.
Well, but I'm always delightful.
I would agree with that. Yeah. Well, I just felt like my head was going to fall off there.
It just about did.
Yeah, it just about did. So the rum kind of going slow. It bubbles. But yeah, we're almost ready for that. So maybe, I don't know, in the next 5 days. And then immediately after that, I'm going to do another sugar wash. And we're going to try gin next time.
Yes.
I've got. How many liters is that? That's more than 10 liters. Because if the thing under our water thing is 10 liters, that's more than 10 liters.
But it's not as big as a Garrafone.
No.
So is it 15?
Maybe. We've probably got 14 to 15 liters of vodka on our counter. That's finished. But we still have to filter it in a carbon filter. And I'm just trying to figure out what to do here. Do I buy a carbon filter? We sell one at Home Depot, 500 pesos. It's 12 inches high. It's round. And it's 1,600 pesos for the thing that it fits into. Water goes in, comes out. So you would put vodka in and vodka should come out. But it says when the pressure is 5 psi less than where you have it at, then it's time to change your filter. How the hell would I know?
Yeah, I know. I think something like that wouldn't work properly for what we need to do. If it needs PSI, I guess that's just to pump it back out. But yeah, I just think that would be because there isn't enough space in there to let the vodka drip. So we'd have to actually suspend it over something.
Oh yeah, we would definitely have to do that.
So I still think that one that we saw at Costco was probably
They're
our
so
best.
small. The filters are so small.
But that's okay because it's not like we have a ton to do
What do you mean?
with vodka.
Oh, that's true. We'll see. So yeah, there you go.
And Angela said, we are so blessed to be here. We are chosen at this time. She says, sorry, getting deep. Love you guys. God bless. Vitamin D, C, zinc, and eat from the vine.
Yes. Vitamin D is very important, which is why I think the government's like, for God's sakes, you don't need to go outside early on.
Wire in transfer pump with gauges on either side. Oh, Spency, it is for filtering vodka. We're not going to go to all that expense and trouble to do something to filter vodka when a Brita thing worked fine.
It doesn't now. We've seemed to have stretched the filter.
Or maybe that's just bad vodka. Maybe you just made a bad vodka.
No, I did not make a bad vodka. It was a good vodka.
Well,
and it still kind of is, but who knows? So yeah, I really want to get another thing started.
Well, we could.
I only have one garbage can, which is not really a garbage can, but it is. But it's food safe.
It's shaped like a garbage can, but it's a food container. How about that? A garbage can food container.
Wow. So yeah, I really want to get another one started. This one, I'm only using about maybe 60 or 70 liters. So it's not even using the full capacity. Automation Mom, get with it. Also, since when do you take alcohol lightly? That's your son. Good call, son.
I love
Good
my
call.
kids.
So yeah, it is legal to have a still in Mexico.
Oh my God, how many times are you going to say that?
As often as I need to. It took me 17 years to find this out. So yeah, now I'm playing.
Yep.
So yeah, and I'm not playing every day. So please don't think for a second that we're becoming alcoholics. Mm-hmm.
You are so childish.
I kind of might be. So someday
I have a wine filter plates made for that.
Yeah, this one is not, you don't want to get rid of, well, you do want to get rid of your flavors, which is why you just want a carbon filter.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would have that with a wine filter.
Know. Automation, Spencer.
Yeah,
then you get your little butt down here. You're the plumber. You do it. Come on.
Back in Canada, I did want to learn how to make wine, and early on here, but now it's kind of like once you're at the hard stuff, it's like, why the hell?
It is legal here too, not supposed to sell it, but you can't have a still. You can just make wine and beer, right? What's the difference?
There is no difference.
Why can you distill and make wine and beer, but you cannot distill and make vodka and gin and whiskey?
You don't distill.
Whatever, you know what I mean. Nobody else cares. You're hilarious, John.
You take the wine and the beer, then you distill. So yeah, you're not even making alcohol. You're not. The little fungus or yeast make the alcohol. You're just extracting, cleansing, condensing, concentrating. Good morning, soul. We are the Black Duos.
Oh, we're both wearing black. I never noticed that.
I do have this white here. I don't know why the hell the designer of this shirt would make white.
Well, it's the whole back of this shirt, though.
Yeah, but why?
That's just how
That's just dumb. Unless you have it done up like this, then you look like a priest. It doesn't have a button up here. Government can't tax you on spirits if you make your own. It's very true. Yeah, and it's dumb. This freaking government is just stupid.
She said she has one, and it's the same now. They changed liquor laws a few years ago. Oh, that's not what we were told, but that's cool.
Wow. So I did find out in the U.S. where you can grow weed that at any time the feds can come in and arrest you, even if in the state it's legal. So that would be the same as they say if you were making, you can apply to make a permit to make fuel which is ethanol. And they said that at any time you actually sign off your rights, that the feds can come into your home at any second
Without a
a warrant, without anything. They can just show up. You've given them permission to go through your house. And the guy's like, that's just stupid.
Spencer.
Who the hell gives you that?
Government can't tax you on anything if you evade taxes. Yeah, that's a good idea. Tell me how that works for you, bud.
Yeah. It's a strange, crazy world. Everything is taxed. Your taxes
I do know
are
someone
taxed.
that decided that they were going to live the letter of the law, old law, and not pay income tax. He got in a lot of trouble, lost everything.
Yeah, it's crazy to go political here because politics is just like an HOA in a homeowners association. You decide how much you're going to pay every month, what services you're going to get. Now, the problem in Canada and the US and the rest of the world are the government employees, which they unionize so you can't fire their asses. So now you have to keep them, and they're like, what can we do? What regulations can we enact that we're going to cause hoops? They just keep job security over and over and over again. Yep, you're hooped. So you need to fire all of them. You need to create a law, say, hey, we're almost out of money here. We better fire everybody. And then you decide what is good, what isn't good, what the government should be involved in, what you subcontract, contract out. Boom! Now you got an efficient system. But of course, everybody, you've got like 50, 60, 70% of the people relying on government. You think they're going to say, I want my gravy train to end.
They're in our bank accounts already. Yes, they are.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially Americans.
Well, right now they're working on cryptocurrencies that the government is going to have. People are like, that's just a great idea. No, it's not. They're going to track every single transaction. Everything you buy, everything you pay for, it's going to be looked at by the government and taxed.
Yeah. Bad idea to let everything go digital.
It is. And people are like, but voting, that worked so well.
Okay, you did say we were not going to talk about any more.
I'm sorry. That just makes me laugh.
You are we need to get rid of most of the government.
We do. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's what I like about Mexico, because government, although it's a pain in the ass, it's still small. You can ride in the back of a pickup truck here. We thought we were going to be giving a ride to a young man at his birthday party. He was having so much fun. He's like, I don't need to do it. I'm like, dude, don't you get it? You can do it. I don't need to do it. So yeah, but he's like 9 or 10, right?
Just turned 8.
Just turned 8? Yeah,
regulation destroyed small business, the number one employer. You're
right. 100%.
And how about don't own anything?
Oh my God, yes. And you'll be happy with that. That's bullshit.
Well, I think about paying taxes if you don't own anything, but...
Yeah, our corporation, it does do a lot. This is the thing. There are things that you can do right now that you can actually lower your taxes. Nobody teaches us this. Own a corporation. Start a corporation. Have it pay for your life in every way that it can. And so what? You go bankrupt once in a while, the corporation does. It's not attached to you.
Small government in Mexico, yeah.
It is a very small government in Mexico.
Have you heard about the books of the Bible they kept from us? It will be biblical.
Yeah, absolutely. I have... what the hell is the name of the book?
We've looked into the few of them.
I have. And one of them, actually, it makes sense. I mean, everything that was taken out of the Bible does make sense, especially for the world that we live in. I just can't remember the name of it.
Really sticking up.
I know. What is the name of the book?
Enoch?
The Book of Enoch. Yeah, that is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. You can go on YouTube and look into this. Now, understand that there are several versions of this. It's crazy because it has been removed. Now, wouldn't it be like a leader to just remove all of the stuff that we don't want them to know everything. So let's just take out some of the stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I used to think government was this, holier than thou. Now it's the worst frickin' thing in the world. I'll take care of my family better than any government ever can. Period.
Yep.
So yeah, there you go. I think moving to Mexico really opened up a lot of my mind. I mean, so many things, like when I took my Canadian securities course back a million years ago, back in the early 90s, at the time, they talked about how the banks had to have a 5% reserve on hand. I didn't understand what that meant. What it meant was is that for every $100 that you bring in and you deposit into a bank, the bank had to have 5% on cash, in cash on reserve. Well, they've got rid of all of that. You don't need anything anymore. So now they're just making crap up. So when somebody goes in for a mortgage or whatever, there's no money that is in the system. It's just numbers that are created. It's a crazy frickin' world we live in right now. And it's all a fiat currency. It's not backed by anything. The only thing that currency is backed by is our willingness as a whole to decide what the value is. No gold, no silver, no anything backs up anything. And it's just, and it only keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And eventually money's not going to, it's not even worth what it is to print on it anymore. That's why they stopped making pennies out of copper, because it was too expensive. Silver in dimes and nickels and stuff back in the 60s, they got rid of that because too expensive to make it. It's just legal crime. Yes. How the hell do these poor politicians retire with more money than people who are working for a living? How is that even possible? They don't generate anything except they create laws. How the hell do they become lions of wealth, like these big rich people? Look at Biden's house. He's been in politics for 50 years. How the hell did he get so rich? Pelosi. How's so rich? It's crazy.
Wow. So much for no more politics.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just legal crime. It is. And in Mexico, I can't talk about politics because I'm a foreigner. So that's all I'm going to say about that. We would all be in jail if we did what politics. 100%. If we did what politicians do. And now it's even worse because now it depends on which party you belong to.
Angela said, you were the first family we met when we arrived here in Bucerias. What you were doing with your children here was amazing to me. We are so blessed. We really did enjoy what and I do remember.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we did well in Mexico. But I mean, we did well by moving to Mexico. I'm very, very thankful that we're here. Because I would be in jail in Canada now.
Who knows? You might not have had your eyes open like you have down here. So who knows?
Well, no, my eyes were opening. You could be
a good politician because that's what you wanted to do.
That's very true. When I first was out of school, I thought that's where I was going to go.
Yeah.
I remember the moment, because when I left school, obviously I was a good little socialist / beginning of communism. And I remember I was probably 18 years old, not married yet, but close to it, walking through Costco. I remember as I'm turning the corner, I'm like, holy crap, there's no money in communism. I remember the moment when it just all came crashing down on me. And it was funny because up until that point, I thought, I'm going to be president of the world. I really thought that.
President of the world.
The world.
Guys. The world.
Not Canada. The world.
Yeah, that was my husband's goals.
Maniacal in training right here.
Or something.
Now I'm just happy to wake up every day. And this morning was a very nice wake up. Well, I'm not saying because you weren't here, but the bed was empty. It was just a little after 9 o'clock.
Hey, I could make that a permanent thing.
It was a little later than normal. It really was. And I'm like, then I'm like, just awake and asleep. And the things I was thinking, it was like really dumb because as I'm waking up,
the things that you're saying are really dumb. Like it was good that I wasn't in bed when you woke up.
The dream I was having, it wasn't even related to anything. I can't remember what it was, but I remember going, that doesn't even work. I mean, it was just so weird because I'm solving this problem, this earth-shattering problem. Then I wake up and I'm like, that doesn't even make sense.
You are some sort of special.
Thank you.
That's not a positive.
When I was growing up, I was in the special school.
Good morning. We would still, you would have and still could make a great president of the world, John. Oh, Eva, you're Thanks, just Eva. So cute.
Yeah. The thing is, though, Eva, I appreciate that. But even now, I would destroy government, but I would rebuild it in my image. You don't want that.
Nope.
No, I think we just need to get rid of all the rules and just have everybody kind of be like the 1850s America.
So Angela is saying the best thing that they did for their girls was move down to Mexico as well. I agree.
Yep. And the thing is now, most Canadians be like, you're crazy, you're nuts. It's like, yeah, maybe a little. I think everybody that moves here is crazy. It took me about 7 years of living here to figure that out. We had this big storm. I'm walking down the street, this going by this wall that had collapsed from the storm. It was huge, the storm.
Angela thinks I'm funny. Thank you, Angela.
So as I'm walking by there, I'm starting to think about everybody who I know who has moved here permanently and going, they're kind of crazy. They're crazy. They're crazy. What if we are crazy? And that's when I realized
that we are.
We are.
It's funny because there's a friend of mine who was, we were discussing things, and I'm like, oh, they're crazy. She says, you can't just tell me that people are crazy without backing it up. I said, sometimes there's no way to back it up. Sometimes they are just crazy. So that's a few years ago. Now things have progressed, and she's like, well, they're crazy. I said, you can't just tell me that they're crazy. You got to back it up somehow. But people just are people that move away from their home country.
Yes.
They're not. I mean, crazy is not the
it's
word.
Not mentally ill crazy.
But they're just different, and some of them are crazy, and some of them are mentally ill crazy.
Normal people stay where they were born. They stay with their friends. They die where they were born. They work where they were born. That's kind of normal. Crazy is just the world is small. I want to see so much more of it.
Yeah. And humor is important in a marriage. That's the only reason why John's still alive.
Oh, and my last name is Forget.
What does that have to do with you being alive?
Well, you forget a lot. Never forgive. Always forget.
No, it's supposed to be the other way.
Well, I know, but that just works for us. Adventurous, inquisitive. That's very interesting. It's a very interesting idea. Or just crazy. Just crazy.
Some are adventurous and inquisitive. I must have dropped some water down here because I just made a puddle.
How do parents know when their children are in trouble? Because years ago, I was a teenager, and I had a test tube, and I was doing something. I was cleaning it in the bathroom, and I broke the test tube because it was a metal thing, and it goes in the test tube, and it breaks. And the test tube goes into my finger, and it goes right to the bone, flaps back, and I go, uh-oh, just like that. All of a sudden, my stepfather just like, what's going on there? What the hell did you just do? He knew. It's fascinating. Fascinating that parents know by the noise of their children what's going on in their life. It's like kids have a specific cry, even animals. I remember I was at the bus stop years ago at when we lived near the water, and we had Cappuccino. Cappuccino did this weird bark. I was at the bus stop. I ran home because there was a weird bark. And one of the neighbors says, yeah, somebody's trying to break into your yard.
And the dog scared
him? The dog scared them away. I'm like, good dog. But he knew, and it was just a weird yelp.
He was such an amazing dog.
He was the smartest dog ever, and he was not trained. He just knew how to do stuff. And he was so pretty. Oh my gosh, he was so beautiful. I miss that stupid dog. And a toad kills him. A cane toad.
Yeah.
If you don't know, we have cane toads in Mexico. That is important information that people would be good to have.
Yep.
If you've got a dog that must kill everything that comes on the property. And the only reason our dogs wanted to kill everything is because we fostered like a beagle type, not a beagle. Was it a hound dog or a beagle?
I don't know what it was. It was a mutt for sure.
And it was one of those woof, woof. Well, our 3 dogs, it taught how to pack and kill everything that came in the property. So yeah, and then that was pretty cool. Then after that, Cappuccino, he decided to kill everything. He even killed kittens and rabbits and anything that got away. One of the most fascinating things about him, we had rabbits, and we had this a lime tree that I fenced off. So I would put the rabbits in there so the rabbits could sort of feel free. And you're not supposed to do that, but I did.
And we were going to kill them, but we wanted them to have a good life before we killed them.
So Cappuccino would be in front of the rabbits, and at first he's like this. Then all of a sudden he instantly turned into a wolf. Then now he's pacing back and forth, and now he's like, I've got to have them. And you just go, Cappy. And then you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm a good dog. I'm a good dog. Watch me.
I'm not going to eat them.
I'm not going to eat them. But every once in a while, he'd want to eat them.
So Angela said that she wants to die here in Mexico. She wants a Day of the Dead sanctuary where her girls can light candles, put out her favorite food, and play her favorite artist. How delightful the way they celebrate the dead. It is delightful the way they celebrate the dead. Yeah.
I had a Roddy. He killed 2 skunks and a Canada goose.
But we're talking
Cocker
Spaniel. I mean, Cocker Spaniels, I guess they are known for that. I didn't realize that.
He also figured out how to climb trees.
Yeah. Couldn't get down.
He could
only climb up, not down.
And he'd be like, "Arr!" Yeah, it was great. Great dog. I miss that stupid dog.
All right, guys. Well, it is 10:36. We are going to say goodbye to you. Thank you for joining in and all the chit-chat. It was lovely. Same time tomorrow, más o menos.
Hopefully my head stays on my neck. The skin will hold it, though, Leslie, so thank you. It'll just be like...
Bye, guys.
All right.